Will Trump, if he wins the election, kick Harry out of the country? I know there's been a snippet of a comment from President Trump once when he was put on the spot in an interview, but now we have Donald Trump's son coming out and saying that what did he say? He said that this is Eric Trump. He said that the royal family is a sacred institution and that many Americans feel that way. And you can have a few bad apples, or he said spoiled apples, in any orchard. So there's two things about the spoiled apples. Is this obviously spoiled? He meant bad apples, but is it also an allusion, a comment about Harry grew up as a spoiled prince? Could be. And what about that comment about any orchard? Is that a comment about Meghan's American Riviera orchard? Wolves of Venice. You are far, far away from home. Oh my word, I just love these cards. They are so chatty. Yep, Harry is, this looks like Old England, actually. And there's Harry at the back, playing second fiddle, and there's his wife in the front. Not sure who this wolf is in the front. Maybe this used to be Harry and now he's playing second fiddle. Harry feels like he's far, far away from home. But yeah, this might come to pass. He may well be deported. And once we've done those cards, I will do the Egyptian cards. Two kittens, you must choose. Choose whether you want to be part of the royal family in the UK, or if you want to be in the USA, although that choice might be taken away from him. Maybe this is the choice that he already made. He chose the USA, but because he has disrespected the sacred institution of the royal family so much, maybe he's not going to have a choice for much longer. Very interesting. Okay, dinosaur friends. Childhood treasures resurface. So maybe it'll be a good thing if he gets deported back to England. Maybe it'll be a good thing. I don't think Meghan will go with him. She's very anti going back to the UK after she got booed that one time, and he has childhood friends. Maybe it will be the best thing for Harry to get deported, to go back to England, to reconnect with his childhood friends. All right, cards. Let's see. If he went back to England, would he reconnect with the royal family? Just reading the subtext here. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. So if he reconnects with the royal family, oh look, so sad, tears in the eyes. If he reconnects with the royal family, it certainly will not be on the basis that he had before. He's not going to be the blue-eyed boy. He's not going to be the star of the show. They might take him back as a family, but this to me is saying they are not going to take him back as a working royal. Working royal. Whenever I get a frog in my throat or a little choke like that, that means it's something that's really profound and really true and really on the head. So no chance of Harry ever becoming a working royal, even if he is kicked out of the US. If Donald Trump becomes president, it looks more and more likely that the issue of the visa will be reviewed, and it's not an automatically getting kicked out, but they're going to have a look and see. I think Donald Trump and his son Eric have now made it their mission to find out what was said in those immigration papers. And either he told the truth on the papers about him taking drugs, in which case he was given special consideration, which you're not supposed to do, probably because he's the son of a king, or he lied on the papers, in which case he shouldn't have got a visa anyway. The third option, of course, is that he was on a diplomatic visa when he went to Canada, and then when he moved to the US, he just continued on that diplomatic visa, and he didn't think, well, I don't know if he didn't think he needed a different visa, but maybe it didn't occur to him. I suspect that might be what happened. He just continued on the diplomatic visa, but of course, in a diplomatic visa, you're not allowed to work, and he's employed by BetterUp. Not that he does much for them. He's done lots of work well, I wouldn't. Let's not say lots of work. He's purported to do work. He holds himself out as having done work, so that would be a breach of the diplomatic visa, and yeah, so interesting. And this card is my Meghan card in this deck, or one of my Meghan cards in this deck. The time has come. The time to act is now. So I'm thinking that he needs to build those bridges with the royal family and also with the British public, because if he is forcibly removed from the USA, where's he going to go? If he goes back to Britain, he doesn't want to go back with such a bad taste in his mouth, or in the Britain's mouths, in the royal family's mouths, as there is currently. So it's going to be crunch time. That election is coming up soon, and it's a good talking point for the Trumps. It gives them a lot of attention, and a lot of people are very angry at how Meghan and Harry have treated his family, and her family for that matter. Just cut them dead, which is not how you help somebody. That's not how you care for somebody's mental health, irrespective of what they've done. We've had arguments and disagreements in our family, some of them quite extensive, but yet we still talk through it, work through it like adults. Yeah, there's nothing that they have complained of that reaches the level of needing to isolate their family members from them and from their children. Right, let's seek the wisdom of the Egyptians. Jeb, earthly focus. He needs to be brought back down to earth. When he met her, he thought she was this bright Hollywood star, and now he's coming back down to earth. He's realizing she was not all that she seemed. She was not as famous. She was not as self-made. She was not somebody who would just go out with a prince and not know anything about them. That's what that card is telling me. Imhotep, temple healing. Okay. And so there's been hurt on the royal family side, on Harry's side, the public side. There's been a lot of hurt, and a lot of healing needs to take place. Now, let me know in the comments, do you think that the rift in the royal family can ever be healed? Do you think he would be allowed back just as a family member, almost in the way that Andrew has been allowed back, but not allowed back in a front-facing role? What do you think is going to happen? Whatever happens, obviously it's going to take time, because you're going to need time for healing. If you like this video, please give it a like, because it really helps with the algorithm. Fertility and creation. Ooh. This is a little bit of a snippy card. Maybe this card indicates that it's not going to be possible to reconcile and to heal that rift with the royal family and with the public until the truth about the children, the fertility and creation, has been brought to light, until there's this lightning strike. Whatever the consequences, whatever has been strange or weird or hidden, needs to come to light before that family rift can be healed, and before the public's rift with them can be healed. Yeah, very interesting. He's quite a muscular man. So yeah, the fertility and creation, and the point about the children is they've made it so weird. They've created mystery. They've hidden them away. They've been very strange about it. I'm just covering him up because there's some bits there that are yes, might attract the YouTube censors attention. Soul healing. Yep. So again, temple healing, soul healing. What Harry has done and said has been such a terrible thing that it might not ever be healed. And this tells me that there's certain people in the family and certain people amongst the members of the public that will never forgive him. That Oprah interview, which was later proved to contain at least 17 lies, you can Google that's verifiable, provable lies. That Oprah interview that aired when Prince Philip was on his deathbed, that can never be taken back. Letting the Queen die while there was still a shadow of royal racists hanging over her head, that can never be taken back. And so even if he is let back into the family, they're never going to trust him the way that they did before. And I'm going to find another deck and pull one last card. Got the Divine Animals Oracle, and this card, I'm going back to the question of, will Meghan and Harry, or Harry at least, will he be booted out from the USA because of his visa issues? Whether whoever becomes president, I'm not asking about the outcome of the election, but I'm just saying, will his visa issues cause him to be removed or expelled from the country? Will his visa cause him to be removed from the country? Please like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out. He's all tied up in knots. He may have said things that were untrue, maybe on the visa application. This is all allegedly. This is just what I'm reading in the cards. This has got nothing to do with fact. I have no other source of information. This card is telling me he's tied himself up in knots. He said one thing maybe on the visa form, and then maybe a different thing in his book. He's gone on Dr. Gabrielle Mate's show and bragged about how drugs made him feel better. He's all tied up in knots, and they're going to drag him kicking and screaming. This tells me, yes, whoever wins the USA election, Harry's days of having a visa to stay in the USA are numbered, and the paperwork will be changed such that he no longer has a valid visa and he has a short amount of time to remove himself from the country. Sending you love and blessings.